Ah man, AOC have dropped another monitor for the king. It's the king, King J, back with another video. How rude of me to not introduce myself. Today we are doing a product review on AOC's AGON AG276QZD2. It's a bit of a mouthful there. Hopefully I got it right. We're doing it on their Pro range monitor, which is priced around £397, around that price mark. And this monitor is meant to be for the professional gamers. So I wanted to have a look and see what's going on. So with this monitor, we're gonna have a look at what they got going on. First of all, I want to talk about the specs and what I found great. I think it's an excellent PC gaming monitor for people that want to play games. Frame skipping is before updating. That's one thing I realized when I was trying it out, that there was some frame skipping, but that's only before you actually update. They have low input lag, but it's at the max refresh rate. Input lag is higher on low refresh rate, which is 60 Hertz and 120 Hertz. The refresh rate for this monitor is 240 Hertz. We're gonna go over the specs in a second, but yeah, let's check this out. All right, so it says here, become the ultimate legend. Achieve legendary performance with the 27-inch QHD QD OLED monitor designed for competitive edge. Featuring a 24 Hz refresh rate and HDR True Black HDR 400 VESA certified, it delivers stunning visuals and top tier performance. So if we look at the specs here, screen size inch is 26.7. Panel resolution is 2560 by 1440. The panel type is QD OLED. Sync technology VRR adaptive sync. Refresh rate is 240 Hertz. Response time G to G, which means gray to gray, is 0.03 millisecond. HDR high dynamic range is VESA certified. Display HDR True Black 400. And the connectivity that you have with it is USB 3.2 Gen 1, USB hub, and USB downstream. So the more we look on, let's see what's going on with in terms of like the design. I really like the design, by the way. I feel like it's got this kind of like flat panel, and then at the back has like different types of like shapes and stuff, and it's got RGB lighting at the back. I know people might, you know, I feel like when you get a game monitor, you gotta have RGB lighting. It's just one of those things, right? And then it's got the QHD, it's saying QHD resolution with 2560 by 1440 resolution. QHD offers superior picture quality and sharp imagery that reveals the finest details. The widescreen 16.9 aspect ratio provides plenty of space to spread out and work, plus allows you to enjoy games or movies in their original size. So yes, just so you lot might think, does this do 4K? No, it does not do 4K. It does up to QHD, which is why we're saying it's a QHD. You got a height adjustable stand, which is pretty cool. You can put it up, down, pivot it and stuff like that as well. It is pretty cool. The colors are nice. When I was playing the games, I played like a few games on it, and yeah, the colors are really bright. I think they're nice for what it is. And as you can see here, look, here's the port as well. So there's like a couple USB ports. Then you have the display port and then the 2 HDMIs. And then you got the G menu as well, which, yeah, if you want to like, you know, customize and do stuff, you can do that and set up a profile and stuff like that. I technically didn't do that. I used the actual on-screen display, which is pretty straightforward. If I'll be completely honest with you, it wasn't difficult to kind of navigate and see what is there and what can I do and stuff like that as well. It was pretty straightforward. It does have multi-view PVP and PIP as well. So if you wanted to run two things, you can do that. It does have speaker power, which is 5 watt by two speakers. It has VESA wall mount as well, if you wanted to mount it on your wall. Console compatibility, you can do it on 120 Hertz with 2560 by 1440. PS5 compatibility is the same thing. Xbox S compatibility, same thing. Xbox X compatibility is the same thing as well. Display ports, you got two 1.4, and you have HDMI 2.0, you got two of those as well. And this is not HDMI 2.1, so I know, again, like for people that want to do console gaming and stuff like that, you're probably going to be like, wow, so what are we going to do like to get that 4K? It doesn't do 4K, so that's the reason why it's not HDMI 2.1. So yeah, HDMI 2.0, you get USB hub speed of 3.2 Gen 1, which I think is fast. USB downstream ports, you get 2, right? And then you got audio output, which is a headphone out, 3.5mm jack. But it does have built-in speakers, and I must say they are really good. They're really good. And also as well, in the box, you get one HDMI cable, one display port, USB upstream cable 1.8. You get power cable, power adapter, color brightness, uniformity report in box as well. So it shows you like the different colors and stuff and how it works. It's pretty sick. And you get 3-year warranty, you get accessory box. So yeah, it is pretty sick. Maximum resolution by connector, optimal resolution display port would be 2560 by 1440, which is 240 Hertz. Optimal resolution for HDMI is 2560 by 1440p, and it will be 144 Hertz, which is slightly reduced. So yeah, personally, I wouldn't say that this is great for console gaming personally, but I would say that if you are trying to like do PC gaming, editing, all of that stuff, it is good for that, in my opinion. I spoke about it before and I'll speak about it again. The integrated speakers are really crisp. They're really nice. You know, sometimes on monitors they get speakers, but the speakers ain't that great. But these ones I really thought were good. I thought, yeah, this is pretty good for a gaming monitor, because most of the time people just plug speakers, but you didn't have to with this one. You get crisp motion with fast moving scenery or fast moving gameplay as well. And this is all at the higher refresh rate. Right? Like, I know people want to do the 60 Hertz and 120 Hertz, but yeah, nah, I just don't think it's that great for that. I think you need to do it on the max, and yeah, you'll have a great time. I will also say as well, I do really rate this monitor, but I would say it's not good for console games as they use 60 and 120 Hertz. If you're in a bright room, there's usually bright glare that will appear on the monitor display. So this is why, you know, sometimes I try to not be in a well-lit room. If you have like lights and stuff, it's going to glare on the monitor as well. But all in all, at the £400 price mark, I do think this is really good. I think overall, me talking about my experience with it, I would say that this is a really good monitor. Like I said, 26.7 inch, 1440p resolution, 240 Hertz refresh rate, adaptive sync technology, HDR reproduction, low input lag is really good. Running low input lag below 240 Hertz will disable low input lag. This might not be suitable for console gamers. I would say if you're casual and you want to use it, then fair enough. But those hardcore console gamers, I think you might have to think about whether this is the monitor for you. If you're playing on like PC and stuff like that or laptop, sure. But console, I'm unsure about that. This is my first time trying out a QD OLED and I really like it. The performance is incredible. I think it's really, really good. Like some parts might be a bit undersaturated in some colors, but yeah, other than that, I think it's really, really good. I know some people would want it to have a high refresh rate, but I feel it was not really that essential playing the games that I play. But then maybe someone that's playing FPS, they might have more of a problem. But I think 240 Hertz is really nice. If you're someone that's been urging to try out a QD OLED monitor and you don't know, you've been thinking, all right, cool, which monitor should I try out? I definitely urge you to give this one a try because this is at the £400 price mark. And I feel like I said, it's got the stuff that you need. It doesn't do 4K though, and it doesn't do 4K on console gaming. But if you're playing games on PC and stuff like that, you're gonna have a blast. Like when I saw it, I really like the design of it. Even like the base of the monitor stand, like it's got this kind of like weird shape. But then I'm just like, oh, like just the way how the panel and everything is, the back of it, and it just looks sick. It definitely has this modern feel to it. And I really like those type of details when it comes to monitors. It's RGB lighting as well. It's got a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, the performance when I was playing the games and stuff, I thought it looked sharp. There might be like 1 or 2 incidents with some games where I felt like, okay, yeah, maybe it's not always like that, but I really enjoyed it. It's been the King J. I'm gonna list the good and the bad. Now, remember to subscribe to this video if you like stuff like this, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.